Hey guys, I know a lot of you guys watched the first video of my auction sniping tips and such. A lot of people had success. I had some pretty raving reviews, not only in the comments, but people on my Discord and my viewers coming into the stream and stuff like that, telling me how it worked. We have people going from, under a million to over 100 million, another person under a million, over 200 million, and just the people making like 30, 40, 50 million, giving themselves space to buy those cars they want and to play the game mainly. And I kind of noticed that I missed a couple things that I wanted to toss in on the last video, and I noticed that the last video got a lot of success. Like I said, you guys liked, commented, subscribed, viewed the video. It was a ton of support. So yeah, I wanted to extend on it a little bit and talk about a few things that I left out in the last video. So I'm gonna get started with something that I like to think of as like an investment type of deal. A prime example of this is what I recently did was when the Quadras came out. I made sure to pick up around, I think around 42 of them. In that range, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then what I did was, since I was buying them for 550K to a million, I knew they were gonna appreciate in value over time. Saved a lot of people did this, but a lot of people didn't even think about it. It doesn't just have to be Quadras. You can do it with any of the, I like to say, do it with any of the festival playlist items. Those come fresh every week. Hard to find cars, super rare cars that you can get just from playing the game, and then you're not gonna be able to get them the next week or the week after. So it's like a perfect time to pick them up for a cheap price. There's a lot of them that are, there's like an influx of them on the market, and a ton of them flooding in for super, affordable prices that you can, take advantage of and then make huge profits on. And like I said, with the Quadras, I got about 42 of them. I did a little bit of the math earlier. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think I got 42. I sold maybe 10, 15 for 6.5 mil. I didn't pay more than a mil, 2 mil per, and most of them I paid a mil or 550K. So we'll just say I paid 40 mil, a million per car. That means I spent 40 mil total, and just off those 15 that I sold, or something like that. I think it was 15. We'll do the math real quick. No, I sold. So I think I sold 20. I think I sold 20 because it was like 130 million or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I sold 20 for 6.5 million a piece, which is kind of what they're going for now, kinda. As I'll get into, but I sold 20 of them, made 130 million. With an investment of 40 million, I only sold less than half of my total like stock, I guess you could say, of Quadras, meaning I made 4 times my money, 130 million, over 4 times my money, and that was just on less than half of the amount that I invested in. So I could easily make, 260 plus million and one investment of 40 million. That's 220 million in pure profit. That's insane with a game where the max amount of money you can have is a billion, 999999999. And that's such a simple investment. Just a car that came out, I took advantage of it, I bought a lot of them, and then I sold most of them. Now, a problem that comes about with that is when you get greedy like what I did, and I waited because I saw them go up to 8 mil and then back down to 6.5 mil. And I tried to sell them for 6.5 mil, a week later after I already sold the first batch, the first half that I had. And as you can see, none of them sold. So I'm going to take a little bit of a hit. I think I can sell these all for 5 mil a piece. Not the end of the world. Just be wary of like the market and pay attention to those price drops. You don't want to catch yourself in a rut like I did and miss out on, millions and millions and millions of profit. It could be anywhere from 20 to 50 million that I missed out on just by not selling at 8, thinking it was going to go higher. So make sure you guys pay attention to that stuff. Don't get caught in a shitty situation. But other than that, another tip I had was just a way to fill your time better. I hear a lot of people and a lot of viewers that come to my stream talk about, I don't like sniping because of how much time it takes, and I get really bored, blah 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 blah. And I always tell them on stream, like, I usually don't go into detail with what I'm going to tell you guys. I think I brought it up a few times, but not too many. What I always tell them usually though is to watch a YouTube video or watch a stream, but make sure you're somewhat focused so that you're not missing out on those opportunities when those snipes do come around. You don't want to spend 30 minutes sniping and then be so focused on the other thing that you're doing that you miss that GMC or whatever that you've been sniping for that long and miss out on that 20 million in profit or whatever it is, you know. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of an efficient way to fill your time and something that feels a little bit more gratifying. Um, this is something I do a lot. I basically I'm a big advocate for abusing not abusing, but utilizing your resources and using the new seasons and the new festival playlists that come out every month. The festival playlist obviously comes out every month, and then the seasons every Thursday for me or something like that. So, once a week, it refreshes that season. You get those new cars that are thrown in on that. You guys got to be taking advantage of that. Those cars are going to start flooding into the market for super cheap prices, and they're going to come back to that consistent price that they're usually selling at before we hit that season point. And you can take that opportunity to collect up on as many of them as you can, and then wait a week or two. Like I said, investing, wait a week or two, and you can resell those, or you can flip them for immediate profit. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So basically, pick a car. Like currently we got the Caddy limo, right? That's one of the cars that are that's in the season that I'm currently in, right? So I looked up earlier, and I think it's around the 500K mark is the absolute minimum, as I explained in my last video. If you guys haven't watched that, go check that out. You just want to basically filter through and look for the least amount that something's selling for, because that's your guaranteed money. That's where you're guaranteed to make profit. And now, like I said, that's going for about 500K. Now, here's the way to not only fill your time when you're sniping, but to also snake these cars for a crazy, ridiculous low amount of money. I can sell them for 500K, meaning if I pay less than 250K, I'm making profit, guaranteed. So a really, really great way to do this, bear with me for a second. A really great way to do this is to sit here and search up like something like the Caddy limo. And I did these with the BMW M3 GTSs that were out a month ago, and it was when I pretty much first started playing the game, because I only started like 2 months ago or something like that. And I did it with the BMW M3s, and I was picking them up for anywhere from 80K all the way up to like 200K, sometimes 300K, and I'm selling them for 800K all the way up to 1.7 million. And it only took me a day or two, and I made 35 million. And when I only had 5 or 10 million, that's huge. That's huge. You're getting quadruple your money. Like that's a big deal, and that's what you guys can be doing with this. Obviously, this is smaller stuff than I explained in my last video, but it's efficient. It's pretty much guaranteed money. You don't need super, super fast loading times. Of course they help, but it's not a requirement. I can come in here, I just slap a bid in on this, right? I'm paying attention. Obviously, I realize it's got a minute left on it. And then this one's another one I'm willing to pay. So you got to look for these prices. You can set a max bid amount if you want, like a max bid of 200K or whatever. Obviously, they're going to sell it sometimes. But you basically just go down the list and you're like, oh, here's one that I'm willing to pay. And like I said, my 50% rule, as I explained in my last video, of course, anything under 50%, what the lowest selling car is what you're basically guaranteed to double your profit on. But you just go through and you keep bidding on these ones that are a price you're willing to pay. Pay attention to the timings of like the soonest one that's about to end. Then you go into your my bid section. I missed that one because it got bought out. 14 minutes, 16 minutes, ending soon. So this is one you want to keep betting. I'm probably gonna miss this. It's probably bid failed. Yeah, but this is one you want to keep bidding on. You got to pay attention when it's ending soon. Whoever gets that last bid in is the one who's gonna get the win on it. So you just got to keep bidding and bidding and bidding. And I have a disadvantage because it's all the way at the bottom of my list. But obviously I saw it was at 126K. I'm willing to go up to 250K like we talked about, because that's where I'm gonna make money. Boom. I got the last bid in. Now I just got a Caddy limo, 126K. Now, like I said, you can flip that right now and go sell it for 500K. You got a 400K profit right off the bat, pretty much. Or I can hold on to that, and I can sell that for $1 million in a week's time or 2 weeks' time, or maybe even $2 million if they appreciate in value. And that's stuff you have to think about and consider. And if you have the available liquid money to work with and make those investments with, do that. But what I also wanted to explain with this, because it was kind of a 2-in-1 type of deal, I just picked that up. Now, if you look, I have 13 minutes till my next Cadillac limo's done. I have 15 minutes till my next one, and then 20 minutes till my next one, right? Now, this is how you make, efficient use of your time. You go through and you go to search, and you do like the filters I explained in the last video. Like I think the Cyclone went way up in price since I was on my 5-day Christmas vacation. Not really vacation, just went home and saw family. But they went up to 20 mil. That's a huge deal because these are still selling like crazy. So you put your max bid of 5. I'll just explain it real quick, but you guys really should go check out that other video. You put your filter on 5 mil, whatever. Now fill your time. This is where you snipe. This is where everybody talks about they get bored. They're not making efficient use of their time. They're not paying attention. All you have to do is pay attention for 12 minutes. That's when my next bidding auction is at. So you just have to snipe and snipe and snipe and keep conscious of the time a little bit. You can watch a video that's 10 minutes long. You know you have 12 minutes. When that ends, start to check on that auction that you left behind. And then come back in here and say, oh, yep, still 12 minutes, still 14 minutes. And now you're making efficient use of your time. You're sniping between when you're bidding. So not only are you getting the guaranteed profit of winning bids, but you're getting the potential profit of, 20 million on a Cyclone. Or in my case, I like to pay a maximum of 5 million. So I'm going to make at least 15 million profit if I grab a Cyclone. I don't have to look or even think about it. I just buy it on the spot. And then in between, I'm collecting up these Cadillac limos and I'm making that profit on the side, So that's kind of all I had. I just wanted to give you guys those tips that I left out in the last video. Like I said, we had so much success. I mean, it's already up to 500 views. It's been like 100 views per day. You guys have been going crazy on that. Tons of comments, likes, subscriptions. I mean, shoot, it all helps so much, and you guys have been super supportive. I hope I can see you guys come into my stream at some point. I appreciate all the new follows I get on stream from the YouTube channel. That's the goal of it, just growing that community. You guys can feel free to drop in my Discord. Should be linked below on the YouTube video. Drop into my Twitch streams whenever you want. Just got this new Fanatic handbrake, and I've been having some fun doing drift competitions, and we're doing races, all that good stuff. You guys have chances to win tons of money and cars in my stream. We do drift competitions for huge prizes, like Formula Drift 370Zs, Formula Drift 599s, Unicorn V2s, you name it, we give it away. You guys can earn cars from doing channel points. So just watching my stream, just being in my chat, you earn channel points. It's basically you could be playing and watching my stream at the same time, and you're gonna make money while you're playing the game, pretty much in the game. It's a win-win. I get you guys helping me build my community. You guys get some cars and good stuff like that. We do some races. You guys can collect your race. We'll do free-for-all races. Whoever wins, I throw $1 million on their tab, and you can collect that in cash for me, or you can collect that in a car. Tons and tons of giveaways. We give away cars like crazy. We drift around. We have a great time. Everybody loves chilling and hanging out. Feel free to stop by anytime. Everybody's welcome. Appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully this video sees as much love as the last video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a fantastic night, and good luck sniping.